Long before there was a Fort Wayne, this region was the historic home of the Miami people. Although the Miami tribe was forcibly removed to present-day Oklahoma in the 19th century, the tribe has never lost its connection to Northeast Indiana. That history takes center stage this year with the inaugural Miami Cultural Fest, a free public celebration of the living culture, traditions, language, arts, and history of Fort Wayne's first people. Here to tell us about it are Logan York, the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer, and the Chair of the Miami Heritage Foundation, Morgan Lippert. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you for being here to share about your culture and your people. Tell us about your ancestral people and living in this region. I think many of us are just not well informed about that.
So the Miami people have been here since time immemorial, as we say. We separated from who we were before here within Miami-Onge, the land of the Miami people. And that would have happened in the South Bend region. And from then on, us Miamis are living here in this area. And we've been doing that for at least over 1,000 years because we're here when corn comes into the area. And Kikaionge, or Fort Wayne, is our biggest village.
Biggest settlement.
Yes.
What was life like in Kikaionge?
Well, life was, depends on when we're talking about. But, we were an agrarian society with hunting, so don't think of us as hunter-gatherers. By the time Europeans are getting here, we're very much not.
Right.
We have lots and lots of agrarian fields. We are growing lots of corn, lots of other vegetables. We are also tending forests, so, people see forests and they immediately think of wilderness, but our homelands were not a wilderness. We very much were tending these places that we would harvest the nuts and woods and animals that come out of a forest. So they very much were tended places.
How far did the nation extend?
Oh, that is a good question. We generally consult and work in all of Indiana, the western half of Ohio, up to the Straits of Mackinac in Michigan, and west, mostly in Illinois, though we do a little bit of work in Wisconsin due to our time there during the Beaver Wars, and then a couple of counties along our removal route.
When and how was the tribe removed into Oklahoma?
We were removed in 1846 when the United States Army came and rounded us up in Peru, Indiana, and they put us onto canal boats, shipped us down to Cincinnati, where we were then put onto steamships in the cargo holds, and we were then shipped down to Kansas City when we walked down to Sugar Creek, Kansas, which was our first reservation, our first post-removal reservation, and we were there until 1867 when we were removed down to modern-day Oklahoma.
Boy, so what was lost in the trauma of that removal?
Lots was lost.
Yeah.
We have struggled to revitalize much of our language and culture, our arts, our dances, and we've been very, very successful at that.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, the revival of the language specifically.
Yeah, so the fact that I can say Aya Mishikanakwa Wayneswa Ane Nila Miamia Nehe Kakisitakia, and know what I'm saying is a pretty big deal. 30 years ago that might not have been the case, but because of our work revitalizing our language and studying it, we are able to say that. So I said, hello, my name is Mishikanakwa. I am the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer. Nila Miamia, I am Miami. So we were able to actually understand what we were saying. We were able to actually speak our language again.
Morgan, how is the tribe consider its ongoing relationship with Northeast Indiana?
So even though the tribe was removed to Kansas and then later to Oklahoma, we still have over 1,000 tribal citizens still living in what is today Indiana, a lot who do live in Northeast Indiana. So the tribe currently, to serve that population better, We have a 45-acre property here in Fort Wayne that is held in trust by the federal government, so it is considered a reservation.
Okay.
And there we have a cultural center, which is where I work out of. And we host cultural events. We host our youth camps there.
Talk about the festival. It's going to be the first one.
Yes.
So that's super exciting. What's it going to be like?
So the festival is really I would say, celebration of the cultural revitalization of the Miami tribe. Decades-long efforts to be able to now, showcase that to the Fort Wayne general public, but also not just a celebration, but also to show the people of Fort Wayne that, the Miami tribe is, their neighbors. We have, hundreds of people living in Allen County and the surrounding counties who are enrolled Miami. And so it's just to say that, the tribe is a living people, not a people of the past. So we are going to have over a dozen Miami artists, everything from beadwork, finger weaving, ribbon work. We're going to have lacrosse demonstrations, traditional lacrosse demonstrations. Logan will be there with a history table. People can learn more about the history. But we'll also be having our tribal gift shop, so people can, directly support the tribe and purchase things like, grown pecans. The tribe has a pecan factory in Oklahoma. And so, yeah, it's just a way for people to, re-meet the tribe,
Yeah, right. To make that connection.
Right.
And it's free.
Yes,
It's free for everybody.
So it's free.
It's a fantastic opportunity. Logan, what do you hope people learn, or what would you like to tell people or leave people with, if they come to the festival, or what do you want them to know about the Miami tribe?
That's I kind of think of that a little bit twofold. On one half, I want them to get a better understanding, a more accurate understanding of who we are. What our art forms look like and what they don't look like. We never lived in teepees. We don't wear headdresses. We never did. So stuff like that. But I think the most important aspect is we're still here. We're a people with a past, not a people of the past, as Morgan said. And I want people to understand that we are Miami. We're still Miami, and we're just as Miami as we ever were.
And you're a people of our past here in Fort Wayne.
And present.
And present, yeah.
And future.
And future, yes, exactly. The inaugural Miami Cultural Fest takes place in downtown Fort Wayne on August 29th, celebrating the heritage and living culture of the Miami tribe of Oklahoma. There's more information at miamination.com.